This is Sons of the Forest. It's an open world survival game where you're stuck on an island infested with mutants and cannibals. Your goal is to make shelter, acquire food, water, and complete the storyline. And mine is to survive 100 days. Starting off, you're presented with the goal of retrieving the Puffton family. However, that doesn't quite go to plan, as your aircraft is randomly shot down. Waking up on the shore, a mysterious man, once again, knocks you out. And this is where our story begins. Day 1 started off with me waking up on the shore, getting my kit and my emergency pack. Unboxing my pack, I was ready to start exploring, and I discovered that my crewmate Kelvin had also taken a fall.
He doesn't look
And for some reason decided that he would be invincible if I swapped my axe at him. Once Kevin was okay, I started to open all the crates that came alongside with the helicopter crash. I also decided I'd farm up some sticks and make a spear, and I was ready to start exploring. I want to mention as well, I am going to be splitting this video into 10 different segments, each spread 10 days apart, this being the first video of 10. I wanted to secure a base spot early on, and this being a flat area and next to a river, allowed me to build a big base, drink water, and catch fish from the river for food. Instantly, I got to setting up camp. I placed down my tarpaulin, which I gained from the helicopter crash. This allowed me a safe spot and somewhere to sleep. I wanted to establish a food source early on, so I placed down a fish trap, so if I needed food later, hopefully I'd have a fish in the trap. I also encountered my first mutant, or cannibal.
Christ.
I still have no idea what it is, but I managed to take it out swiftly.
Yeah, get fucked.
I spent the rest of day 1 making log storage and stacking up on logs. I wanted to prepare for the enormous amount of logs that making a base consumes. And towards the end of the day, the log storage looked like this. Bored of chopping down trees, I went to this nearby cave and began my exploration. Anxiously, I entered the caves for the first time. I knew that mutants were commonly found inside of caves, so I predicted that later on, into my exploration, I was going to have to fight them. And once I threw this flare, I realised I would have to take on my first fight, and so I engaged. However, it didn't take long to realise that I was severely outnumbered.
Oh, that's it.
Oh, there's more than 2! Retreating to the high ground, I established the mutants couldn't make it up the stairway, and I slowly tried to pick them off one by one. However, that didn't quite go to plan.
Where did you come from? No! Oh my god, dude, I thought I killed that guy.
Unfortunately, I'd lost a fight to a mutant in the caves, but it was only day 1. It was only to be expected. However, what wasn't was this.
Okay. Back of my... Oh my god, what's happened with the trees?
But after a reload, it went back to
Okay.
normal. Bored of the caves, I decided I'll go exploring.
I love that sound. Where the fuck did they just come from? What are you?
As I explored the coast, I managed to find a large stash of resources,
Oh,
including rope.
okay.
Rope. Finding rope enabled me to build a treehouse, and I found the perfect spot. However, daylight was fading,
We'll say
so I decided to sleep for the end of day 1. However, it didn't quite go to plan. I don't know if this is some game function, but in the middle of the night, I was interrupted by mutants. So I had to fight them off to go to bed.
What the fuck? God. Die already, Jesus.
I started off
Okay.
day 2 hungry and thirsty. So I made a campfire, cooked up some food, and drank some water from the river.
Okay. Oh shit, got some energy drinks.
I was finishing up placing some logs into my treehouse when this happened.
What the fuck is that? Yet! Oh my god, no, I'm joking.
Anyway, I finished placing the last log into the treehouse, but I was still confused as to why that mutant ran away. However,
Oh, it was such
once
a
I made the
waste.
treehouse, I didn't actually like it. I decided
guess I
that it was
will-
too close to the starting area and it wasn't big enough. So I packed up my tarp and I began another adventure. When eventually I stumbled upon this area. It was next to a river, so I could have water,
Nice.
food, and I managed to find a nice flat spot. I set Kelvin off clearing out the area, whilst I fought off some mutants.
Oh,
Eventually I managed to finish off clearing out the area, but, yet again, I was attacked by mutants.
oh my god! Eat that. Did I just hit myself with them? Jesus. Whoa! Okay, hello. Weaved. Ow. Oh god, no. Oh Jesus, there's so many.
Outnumbered and low on health, I retreated back to my old camp because I realised I'd left my tarpaulin and I haven't saved for quite a while. I returned back my tarpaulin, however it seemed all the mutants and cannibals had despawned, so I placed it down and got a save point.
Alright.
And then I did this.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, I don't have any medication. Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to, I swear. I'm not very... I just kill a bird?
After that, I spent almost the entirety of day 2 building my home. So here's a short montage of the progress I made in that day.
There it is, that's all my wood.
At the end of day 2, I was yet again approached by this weird mutant. I think she wanted me to save her, but yeah, I
What?
might
Oh
have
my
messed
God.
that up.
Jesus Christ, okay. Anyway. What? Oh god. No, don't put a stick on the top, balling you. Oh, see, she ran away.
Anyway, I went to bed marking the end of day 2. I'm not gonna lie, not much happened day 3. I spent the entirety of the day gathering wood and building my house.
build the interior.
Also, in between building, I discovered that I could make a bow. This would become my main weapons for taking on caves, cannibals, and mutants.
No way.
But anyway, back to building. I had been mining trees at the top of the hill, away from my base to keep the area looking good. However, it was time consuming, and later on I developed a better strategy. It was getting dark, so I slept for day 3. Day 4 started with me making a fish trap and drinking some water in the morning. However, when I went back to base, I discovered this.
You up yet? Oh god. Oh no. You don't look very good.
I had accidentally left Kelvin down for too long. I didn't have meds and I just assumed he would stay there until I got some. Anyway, I developed a new method of getting logs.
Yep.
I created a dam and dropped logs into the river upstream. This made the building process much
God.
faster. And I also started to make some arrows. And I got back to work on the house, finishing the bottom floor. And immediately got to work on the rest of the base. And at last, the house was complete. However, to finish off the base, I needed to still complete the inside, so I placed a bed and some shelves. And I also started construction on a small bridge. And then finally I went to sleep for the end of day 4. Day 5 started off with me testing my bow out on a nearby cannonball.
What the fuck? You know what this school's for? You. Jesus! You dead?
And I even went to take on a camp with my new weapon.
Yeah, fuck her, I'll be fine. Oh, God!
And I managed to get another tarp.
That's nice.
And I even made a club with a skull that I found.
There we go.
I decided it was time to take on the cave again. Now that I had my new weapon, I felt strong. I set up a tarp for a save point and headed into the cave.
Save. No actual fight.
I reached the room with the mutants in it and where I died last time. But this time, I had my bow. And it made a huge difference.
There we go, he died.
Now the big guy was down, however I'd ran out of arrows, so I was back to hit and run with the club. Taking them out one by one, I slowly cleared the room, but I didn't anticipate another big guy at the back. After recovering my arrows, I took him on with my bow.
Go!
And finally, I managed to take him out with my last arrow.
Oh, I killed him with my last arrow.
I set up a tarp to get a save point, and proceeded onwards. From there, it was unexplored territory, and it didn't exactly go to plan.
Go!
Once again, I had lost to the mutants. However, this time, I had a save point, and I managed to return. However, this time, I managed to meet the same mutant later into the cave. Equipped with my bow, I took him on. And eventually, I took him out.
I got him!
Proceeding forward in the cave, I came across these mutant babies. They were pretty low in health, but they did a lot of damage, and there was a lot of them. Clearing out the last one though, I proceeded forwards, and finally reached the end of the cave.
Oh shit. Yo! What the fuck is that?
I'm not sure what that was, but they had a stun gun and some clothes for me. And then I did this. Happy to have cleared the cave, I left as quick as I could.
Oh,
However, when I got out, it was night, and I had spent 2 days in the caves. But I ended up on sleeping for day 6. Day 7 starts with me travelling back home from the caves.
Well, that was pretty worth it.
Once I got home, I wanted to chillax a bit. So, I spent my time gathering wood and building up on my bridge.
From all those trees.
With the bridge done, I ended up getting bored, and I actually went out for an adventure.
Yeah.
I discovered this cave, and I left a tarpaulin outside. This way I could save before going in, but I went to hunt for food, and by the time I got back, it was already night. There was a lot cut out from day 7, but yeah, this was a short one, so I ended up sleeping for day 7. It was day 8. Full on food and water, I ventured into the cave. I expected the worst after last time, however almost instantly, I found this hatch. Confused as to why this modern structure was on this island, I headed inside, without knowing what to expect.
No.
Once I was in, I realised this was a dining hall, so I had a look around, and no mutants. However, I found this door, only accessible via keycard. Unfortunately, it seemed I skipped too many caves ahead, so I had to head to another cave before I could go into this one. So, continuing to explore, I found this cave. I set up a tarp outside and headed in. Once I was in, again, from the start, I ran into another modern structure. I encountered a room with a 3D printer inside. It was surrounded with a bunch of resin and a bed, so I saved and continued to look around. There was a book called Parallel Universes, and on the computer screen, a picture of the guy that knocked us out at the start of the game. It said he was a high security risk and worked previously as a security for the Puffdons, the family we were sent to look for. Anyway, I turned to the 3D printer and I ended up printing a mask, a flask, and some arrows. Done with the 3D printer room, I decided I'd continue down the hallway. And unfortunately, I discovered another keycard door, meaning I had to turn back. It was clear that I skipped too far ahead in the storyline, and somewhere I'd cut corners. But anyway, when I got outside, it was nighttime, so I went to sleep for day 8. It was day 9, and I was confused as to why every cave I went to always had a keycard in it. So I assumed I'd cut a corner, which is when I found out the starter cave actually had more to it. There was a small dark section, which I just assumed was a dark wall. However, it actually continued into more caves.
Why is there floaties?
There were no cannibals in this section of the cave, and I already cleared out the ones previous. But then, I stumbled upon this room. A large water pool, and next to this pool, laid a rebreather.
Rebreather?
It seemed I needed this rebreather to progress in the storyline, so I put it on and dove down. I found a small cave system in which I kept following. And it eventually led me outside into the sea, where the start of the cave was. Once I was back, I packed up and continued exploring.
Yo, this place is fucking awesome.
And then this happened.
Oh. You giving me something? Oh, I'll protect you. Look, I protected you. Oh. Fucking fine, okay. Oh no! Fuckhead! Scared her away, bro?
Unfortunately, the strange mutant had ran away again.
I can't help but to think I'm going near like a bad place. There's fucking dead sheep everywhere. That was not a sheep. That was a lamb. No, why did I say lamb? Bro, it's a deer. Oh my god, I'm retarded.
Anyway, it was getting dark, and it was coming near the end of day
That's
9,
perfect timing.
which is when I found this camp. Luckily, it had 2 tents in it, so I could sleep for the night. It was day 10, the last day of this video, and I was approaching a cave. However, I never anticipated how long this cave would take to explore.
What is that? Fucking stun baton? Oh, come here, gun.
I set up a tarp outside the cave and began my exploration.
Let's go back in. Alright. Got some skulls. What was that, dude? What is that guy? There's a mutant over there.
As I headed into this large room, I discovered an abundance of loot,
Cross on the wall.
and randomly, I found a cross. When suddenly, I was attacked from behind. It was on a whim, but I held up the cross,
Fuck off!
and somehow
Oh,
it managed
shit,
to
that
hold
should
them
work.
back.
Why do I have a cross? Oh no! Get back!
I regained high ground. I got out my flares. I threw them, lit up the room, got my stun baton out,
Carried
and
the
began to pick off the mutants.
Much of a fucking stun baton, isn't it?
However, I ended up getting my club out because it felt stronger than the stun baton. I took out the last mutant and continued forward.
Get me up, punk. Email. FYI, this is what we're looking for. God, fuck off! No! What is that?
I came across a huge mutant. I tried using arrows from my bow, but nothing seemed to work. Luckily for me, he was immobile.
Are you alive?
So, I did this.
You're like perfectly prone to a grenade right now. Oh, God, that was perfect.
Anyway, I continued forwards.
God, don't do that. Dude, what is that sound? Stop. This is fucking nerve-wracking, bro.
I placed down a tarp for a save and continued forwards. And at perfect timing.
Okay, didn't need to know that, didn't need to know that. Let's go out then. Too many, too many. Fucking sit down, you pussy. We ain't ready for this, bro.
However, I swiftly took all three out. That was until this happened.
No! Why make that sound? Why the scampering? No!
I took him on. However, whenever I shot my bow, it took away my lighter. So, I lured him back to a place of light and slowly took him down.
I killed him.
I head back into that main room. However,
There's another one! Ah! He's right by me. He's right by me.
I tried to lead him back
Come on.
and take him out like the other one.
No, go, Colin!
I succeeded in leading him back,
Oh, that's
and
dumb.
yet again, took him out like the other one.
There. Oh my god.
I head back to the
Save.
room,
I heard
now
breathing,
both
so
mutants
I
dead.
ran, but-
Although, the peace only lasted a moment.
What the fuck is that? Nah, 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 nah. I ain't doing this.
And you know the process for this point. It was just rinse and repeat.
Okay. I'm getting used to it. I'm not. Dude, headshots kill them way quicker.
And once more, headed back to the room. However, there was still one more to kill. But I promise, there's no more going back.
Yeah.
And I managed to take this guy out pretty quickly.
I was getting trick shot on. Get fucked.
With the room finally clear, I had time to absorb what was happening.
Like some figure dancing in a room. Once. Dude, I hear crying. No, no, I'm not going near that fucking thing!
Well, I might have lied about the piece.
What the fuck?
However, my bow was effective. And before too long, I managed to kill him.
You dead? Let's go. God, I've never seen that thing before.
However,
Oh,
with
there's
him
a
dead,
lot more.
it really was smooth sailing. With just a few babies to fight and weaker mutants, I continued
Why are you
onwards,
guys so tall?
full steam. However, there were still two big
Oh.
guys, but I managed to take them out pretty easily with my bow.
There's one. Pretty low though. Yes.
Continuing forward, this is where I had the genius idea of just running. No matter what mutant or how many there were, I would just keep running non-stop. This way, I could outrun them and make it to the end of the cave.
I feel like. Yep. Oh, fuck that. Maybe. Fuck off. Nope. Not today. Not for me. Personally, I wouldn't fight you. Personally. Ah. Okay.
Until finally, I reached the end of the cave. And at the end, lie a grappling gun. It's
Fucking
used to
rope
progress
gun?
through the storyline, and to
What
get
the
out this
fuck?
cave.
I'm getting the fuck out of here. Exit, please be the exit. Please don't just be another room. Yes! Oh my god, that cave was so long.
I'd finally got outside, but it was pitch black. And then I looked to my left,
Oh! No!
so straight away, I darted it back home. And well, everything was going okay until this guy started chasing me.
No! What is that? No, night is horrifying in this game. God, what is that?
After a dramatic run back, I had finally reached home and slept for day 11,
Oh, new season.
making it the end of the video. I had a lot of fun recording this and I'm going to be sure to continue the series. So, please be sure to come back and any support would be greatly appreciated. Thank you for watching.